Hello everyone, Laura here for Free Practice Friday. Today we are going to work on something that's called the closing sequence. In the Qigong that I teach, there's a framework for it that we call the 5-phase routine, and the closing sequence is phase 5. So we start off getting into a meditative state, we do some exercises, we let the energy move around a little bit, and then we close out the practice. And the purpose of the closing sequence is actually, we're in this nice meditative state, we're really relaxed, we've moved some energy around, we're feeling really good. And rather than just open our eyes and come back to real life, to the world, it's kind of a bridge between this meditative state that we're in and coming back to your everyday life. So often when we're doing our exercises, when we're doing the 5-phase routine, our eyes are closed. So we'll have our eyes closed and then we're going to slowly open them as we come back in. So what we do is start off with rubbing the hands together to generate some heat. And then, of course, you won't be able to see me if you do this, but the next step is to palm the eyes. So our eyes will be closed. I'll just do it with one hand so you can see what's going on. So our eyes would be closed. We'd palm the eyes and just take a breath or two there. I really enjoy the darkness at this point. And then we'll gently pat the eyes open, or pat the area that the hand is. And at the same time, we're blinking the eyes open, right? So if I did it with both hands, I'd be palming the eyes and then patting my eyes open. Pat, 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 pat. And the next step is to wash the face with both hands. There are lots of acupuncture points on our face. And then we'll comb the hair with our fingers. And even if you don't have long hair, come around the back of the head, down the sides of the neck. We do that a few times. And then we'll do an acupuncture point massage. Use either the index finger or the middle finger. You can switch back and forth. And we're going to make little circles in either direction, or pulsing kind of motion, or if it feels good, just push just have pressure there. And you can do any mix of this as you're going through. You'll notice that some points maybe are a little more tender than other ones, or you might want to do something different on certain ones. So I use my index finger. Like I said, you can use any of your fingers really, but I like to use my index finger. We start with the inner corner of the eye, kind of near the tear duct. And then move up to the inner edge of the eyebrow. And then we gently stroke the eyebrow. Then we find a spot in the eyebrow that's in the center. It's about above the pupil. Acupuncture points are in little divots or valleys, so you may feel a little indentation there, and then you know you've found the right spot. But even if you don't get the exact right spot, that's fine. They're pretty big. They're apparently the size of about a US quarter. And then the next point is the outer edge of the eyebrows. Then we move to the outer corner of the eyes. Then we gently stroke underneath the eyes. Then find a spot in the middle, again, about below the pupil. Give a little bit of rub there. Then we go back to the inner corner of the eye. Then we take our fingers and gently stroke down the bridge of the nose. And then there's a spot that's right outside the nostrils. Makes you make some funny faces. The next thing we do is use the heel of the hand to rub the temple. And then we go back to the fingers, and we use, we're gonna pick a spot, it's right behind the fleshy part of the earlobe there, right in between the jawbone and the muscle in the neck, right up against where the ear meets the face. This is often a tender point in people. Then we're going to take our fingers and rub them together and massage the fleshy part of the ear. There are acupuncturists who make their entire career on just doing ear acupuncture. So the ear is said to look like the upside down fetus ready to be delivered, and the whole body is reflected in the ear. And I also like to pull my earlobes. I learned this from a chiropractor. If you'll feel the spot. You can kind of pull down and out to the sides. Obviously, don't hurt yourself. This should all feel good. But it opens up the eustachian tube. So this is also actually a great way if you're flying and your ears are clogged up. This is a great way to unclog your ears. And then the last part is, it's called the 24 heavenly drums. So if you have a hearing aid, don't do this, or turn the hearing aid off or take it out. But what we're going to do is close off our ears. So we'll kind of suction them closed, and then we're going to tap on the back of the head. So if you just tap there, you might hear a dull thud. But if you close off the ears and tap, then you'll get more of a reverberation. It's more like a drum. It kind of echoes in there. And that's said to clean out the rust and dust that's in our brain. So it's good for reducing ringing in the ears. It's good for bringing some clarity to your mind if you're a little bit unfocused. So we do that 24 times. So we close off our ears, and then I'll turn around so you can see me. We tap once or twice every second, and tap 24 times. Good. And then at the end of the routine, we always just walk around. So that's kind of part of it's not officially part of the closing sequence, but it's how we end our routines. So that is the closing sequence, a little bit shorter video today. I will not be here next week. There will be no video next week. I'm not going to have internet access at all. So I will see you 2 weeks from today. See you guys later.